Okay, we are live now, so let's go ahead and get going.
I've got two of them, so I thought I'd bring it and somebody.
You ready for our invocation?
They were giving them out.
There. I don't usually do that, but
I know.
I'll come.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be there anyway. So.
all right, I understand.
All the money.
All right, I think we're ready. We're going to begin with the invocation, which I'm doing, and then the sheriff is doing the pledge. If you wish to join, please rise. Lord, make us instruments of your peace. Where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O Lord, grant that we may not so much seek to be consoled as to console. To be understood as to understand. To be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born into eternal life. Amen.
Amen.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Bell.
Here.
Curran.
Here.
Freeling.
Present.
Harrison.
Here.
Hinkleman.
Here.
Majerick.
Here.
Hott.
Here.
Pittsford. Ballrath.
Here.
Werfel.
Here.
Yarborough.
Present.
Elliott.
Here,
We have 11 present.
thank you. Commissioner Pitchford had to leave because of a family medical matter. Minutes from the 24th,
I would make a motion that we approve those minutes.
moved by Freeling. Is there support? It was a close one. We'll go with Ott. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Madam Clerk, have we any communications?
We have 6.
Oh my,
An email from Crazel Art Center asking the community to complete a brief survey to aid Crazel Art Center in planning for the 2025 and future events, received on October 29th, 24. The resolution from Livingston County Board of Commissioners opposing Michigan Senate Bill 875, 876, and 877, received on October 29th, 24. An email from the Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity sending the Connecting Michigan Communities newsletter, received on October 31st of 24. An email from the Business View Publishing, a newsletter that captures the economic climate, received October 31st, 24. Email from Southwestern Michigan Tourist Council regarding posting events, received on November 1st, 24. An email from Southwest Michigan Tourist Council regarding spend less, find more fun vacationing on a budget in Southwest Michigan, received on November 5th of 2024.
very good. Thank you. We don't have a lot of resolutions today. However, if you wish to comment on the resolutions, this would be the time. There are no added resolutions, so what is on the front page of the agenda, those two items are it. All right. Since there are no public comments to be made, we'll go to that consent calendar consisting of two items, actually, ending in 053 and 100. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar? Moved by Werfel. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by Majerick. Madam, are any comments? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Curran,
Yes.
Freeling,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Hinkleman,
Yes.
Majerick,
Yes.
Ott,
Yep.
Walrath,
Yes.
Wolfle.
Yes.
Yarborough,
Yes.
Bell,
Yes.
and Elliott.
Yes,
11 yeas.
thank you. We'll go to committee reports and we'll start with admin.
Thank you, Mac. First in to see us was Sheriff and Under Sheriff, and Commissioner Volrath would like to report out on that.
I wasn't ready. I didn't know where. Chuck in, our under sheriff were in this morning and, according to the information we got, the daily numbers are coming down. A month ago, we were hovering around the 340 mark and now we're actually around the 300 mark. So those have come down quite a bit in the last month. The medical numbers, everything there is real positive and, last month, the medical assessments completed with 539 out of 691 inmates who were seen. Served over 34,000 meals again. It's been a long time since we hit that number. There's a lot of training going on every month. There's a list in there. You'll see about 50 different things of training, from bomb squad, fall firearm qualification, low light firearm qualification. They had training addressing homeless populations and promoting safe outcomes rather than not being safe outcomes. So, our contractual townships, Niles Township still stays pretty busy with their, well, they got 4 or 5 officers down there now with 431 calls for service. Last month, I was excited because they were under 400 for the first time. Now they're back up over 400. The Sheriff's Department in September, let's see, for September, 1,530 complaints worked in the month. That's around 50 a day. So they stay very, very busy. And the narcotics division is staying real busy, keeping drugs and guns off the street. And that's my report.
Thank you, Dave. After the sheriff was Lisa Jardine, friend of the court. She provided us with just statistics. Her staff are working very hard. She told us in 2023, they collected a little over $21 million. So they've been busy. She said as far as staffing goes, she has 4 total staff and she has 2 openings. 2 of her long-serving attorney referees retired in October. Dale Murney after 18 and a half years and Steve Flood after 24 and a half years. She has filled one of the positions and still has the other one open. She also highlighted her deputy director, Carissa Grimm, who was elected to the position of president for the Southwest Region Michigan Family Support Council. She also said that they are in the process now of putting together or working with a GEMS program, which is Gain Employment, Maintain Support. There are a couple of other counties around the state that are doing it. They've been very successful. So she is working, and that's a collaborative effort between Office of Child Support, Michigan Works, and her office, the Friend of the Court. So she is working on that. After her, Elvin Gonzalez was in to see us, and Elvin talked about Marie Robinson, who is the Community Restorative Board Coordinator. And she has received national recognition where she achieved certification from the National Institute for Restorative Practices. And Elvin told us that last year, 61 youth were screened, 55 youth were accepted into the program, and 52 successfully completed that program, and that we've had that program for about the last 24 years. Let's see. Oh, he highlighted the Honor Credit Union, and I think Brian has mentioned also the donation of the furniture. They really, really appreciated that. He also said that on May 9th, there was a 50th anniversary for the Juvenile Center, and they have a video put together, and we suggested that that video be put on our website so everybody can see it. Right now, you just can't go to our website and see it. So we're gonna have that. Let's see. Oh, Elvin was still there when we talked to Brian about the Juvenile Center and our priorities. And so the Juvenile Center, Elvin talked about a $2 million grant that he and his staff are looking at to apply for. And then after Elvin was Brian, and Brian talked to us about the priorities, the same thing he talked to everyone else about. And that is our report.
Any questions for admin?
Mr. Chair, can I just follow up on the admin report?
Of course.
So the three committees, we went, I went to each of you. I had the conversation about, as a follow-up to this morning's conversation with Mike Crombeen, as the legislature moves into lame duck, I will be working with Mike to push as our top priority additional funding for the Juvenile Center. And then from the admin committee, they suggested that we also target the EOC 911 to try and pick up any additional funding from the state. And then should members of the legislature be looking for an alternate project, possibly in a certain district, that then our third would be trying to fund trying to acquire funding for the restroom project at Silver Beach. As a reminder, Jill's team has worked to put together a master plan for Silver Beach. The very first part of that was the playground equipment that's underway now, but we do not have funding in place for new restrooms, for new concessions, for major rebuild of parking, et cetera. So that's where we left it. I will follow up with Mr. Crombeen to feed information on those three projects to him. Any questions?
I'm sorry, Mac, we have resolutions that I forgot to mention. Were you done, Brian?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, 69, 70, and 71, these are reoccurring grants. These are from Trial Court Family Division in partnership with Family Empowerment Services to provide services for the court. That is my report.
Questions for admin? And I'm not looking at anyone who's on admin because they were already there. So anyone else? All right. Madam Chair of Finance, are you ready?
I am, thank you very much. We approved the minutes from October 24th. We had a number of financial things from the finance committee that we had to do. The first thing we made was a contract modification. It was requested and we made a net change of $10,293.08. We added to an awarded contract, and it was for Waterville Township projects that we're working on. And it was needed balance the contract, final balance contract modification. There are things that they did. And then there was a contract modification of $18,871.67 to Country Hills subdivision. And John said that was working on roads and with that property. Yes, and driveways and things. So we were able to do that. And it says it was for the final quantities needed for the project. It's an existing property already, or subdivision. And then we had bids for BlackBerry systems, and the amount we received one bid for $515,940. The projected cost was $600,000, so it is within the expected amount. And we made a motion to accept that. Then we had a bid for Bering County Records Building exterior restoration. And this is from Building and Grounds. And we have one, let's look here. We had two bids. The projected cost was $100,000. One came from Rogal Construction Company for $159,500. The other one came from TRG Services for $103,929. We made a motion, and our motions with when we receive bids is that it goes back to the department. And if the lowest bid is acceptable and meets all the requirements, then they're fine to do it. If it needs to be higher, then they come back to the finance committee. And then there were two other bids. I'm sorry, this one is one bid for demolition of 9008 Old US 31. It's something with community development. 1, 2, 3. We sent out 9 requests for bids and received 5. And again, we accepted the bid and we'll ask that the community development department look at it and go with the lowest bid if it fits all requirements. And then we had waivers, and one of the waivers was for goods and services, design services proposal for part 2 of the South County building. That's the health department in Niles, and the amount is $84,600. This is a waiver amount. We want to work with the company that we've worked with before, so they know they're satisfied with what they're doing, and the company is familiar with the process of the expansion and all of that department. And then we had one more waiver, and it's from AEI Design Services. And again, it's for part 2, South County building for the health department. I'm sorry, that is the same. It's on 2 pieces of paper, a little bit better explanation, but we concurred and agreed to that. Where's administrator?
Just stepped out for a moment.
Should I tell about the meeting we're gonna have next Wednesday? Or was he gonna talk about that?
I think he
Oh,
was.
maybe-
Talk about that.
Okay, so I'll hold on. That completes my report. Do
Okay.
you have anything else, John, Terry?
Mm-mm. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Questions for finance? DHS?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We met this morning also. We have 4 resolutions that will be coming to you. One for a GIS complement change, a second one for a grant acceptance for the Clean Sweep Pesticide Collection Program, an agreement with Green Earth Recycling for electronics recycling, and then also accepting a grant from Whirlpool Foundation for the playground equipment at Silver Beach. We also reviewed and considered 2 advanced step hire requests, one from the Health Department and then one from Building and Grounds. Both of those, the Building and Grounds was an advanced promotional step request, and we found those to both be in order. We had the Register of Deeds come in and provide her semi-annual report. And so we asked a number of questions of her. So that was a very interesting report. We also talked about the capital needs and focused on the juvenile center as probably the best place for any extra funding out of the state legislature. We also talked about funding support for the suicide prevention coalition, as well as the domestic violence center, and we'll be following up on those. We had a couple issues regarding the mental health board appointments, and so we provided guidance to Annette on how to deal with those. We did talk with the chair about committee assignments and also having some type of Christmas celebration for the board. And
There a vote taken on who should handle?
there was a vote, and I'm pleased to announce that Commissioner Freeling was appointed.
other meetings as a sign.
Yes, well, that, it's job expansion, that's all. So there was some discussion about the Navajo in Bridgman as
We
being that
were in
place.
Alaska last year.
Oh, God, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
with the heaters in the
we were outside
in the
in,
garden,
we were
the
outside in the snow in
nursery
Alaska.
tents or
You
something.
sure you want me to be
Yep.
in charge of it?
Was the Navajo good or
Do they have heat? Yes, we guess.
be inside?
Okay.
They had heat.
They did have heat.
Would everybody be okay with the Navajo?
Mr. Chair, it should be noted that Commissioner Harrison is a huge fan of Culver's.
Oh,
So
I have coupons, I can give coupons.
Julie knows.
well, that's tough. But if everybody's okay with the Navajo, we'll look to set it up first or second Thursday in December if, or whatever they can do for us. Is
And
that
that,
all right?
Or significant others included.
Yeah,
So we-
yeah, yeah.
okay, congratulations.
Sorry, and thank you, Terry, for
Thank you, Terry.
taking that on.
I told them.
We thought, since you weren't in the room, we would have a vote, and then that's how you were.
That happened a lot.
That concludes my.
Okay, questions for PHS?
Where were you this morning? Before 8 o'clock, they got you out.
I was on the WSJM, being interviewed by Ken Lung. So,
Well, we'll get into that momentarily when we do commissioner reports clockwise.
no report, thank you. No report, here we go. So first, some of you are aware that last weekend I traveled to New Orleans to go through the World War II Museum. And I would strongly recommend that to anyone whose father served in World War II, father or mother served in World War II, or also individuals who are veterans. They'll find it very informative, very interesting. We spent 2 days touring the museum and we could go back for another 2 days. It's just very well done. So I would strongly recommend that. And then earlier today, I was on WSJM being interviewed, and I was very clear to indicate that I was only speaking as Bob Harrison, not as a representative of the county board. We did talk about speed limit studies with Michigan State Police, and then some of the election results and what we see coming down the road. So it was, a very fast hour. So that concludes my report.
I attended the kickoff for the 500 Circle Building. We met with Wold, talked about how we're going to structure things, some other things that we need to look at. Also, one of the things that was identified is the amount of space that's available in that building. So if you guys have any ideas on who you would like to see occupy that building, we've got a majority of the first floor and all of the second floor. So that second floor is 30,000 square feet all by itself. So if you know, or you have any ideas, that's one of the first things we need to kick around is who's going to occupy that building. So that would be very helpful. I also attended LEPC. We welcomed some new members, and I'll leave that up to the chair, Dave. That's my report.
We had LEPC this week, and outside of our regular business, we voted in 4 new members, so starting 2025, we look forward to having them.
Nice.
That's my report.
We also attended, Dave and I, anyway, 911 advisory meeting,
That's right.
which was
Last week.
standard update on 911 from Caitlin. I attended, they kicked off the SMART meetings with MAC, so regional meetings, the Region 3, I attended that over at Branch County Jail on Monday, which was excellent. I talked to the sheriff about it. He's been there. So they've got some great innovative things. So looking forward to the jail committee advisory, whatever it's gonna be, getting started as well. That's my report.
Say that for another 4 years.
No report.
Yes, thank you. I just want to thank you all for your prayers for my daughter and for me getting to and fro safely. I have no report. I just ask for you all to continue to pray for her. I want to say thank you to God and to our citizens. I watched until 5 a.m. in the morning trying to see where was I. The county, my Benton Harbor and my Benton Township circles were still blank. So I didn't know until 5 something because I thought I was seeing all the Trump votes. I said, that man's gonna get all those votes because they're voting straight Republican and that we've never seen or heard from. And he didn't get much at all. And I've never had that many votes before. So I'm just thankful to still continue being your Berrien County Commissioner. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and I enjoyed listening to Dr. Bob, that's what I call him, Dr. Bob on Ken and Friends. That's a good show. Thank you.
Nothing to report, sir.
Brian, we did not update for finance on the budget
Yeah.
hearing.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
looked that up.
Yep, thank you. So next Wednesday, to any of the commissioners that are interested, Finance Committee will be meeting in this room, assuming we have no window issues. It'll be from 10 until 1 o'clock is the scheduled time, and that's to be spending time reviewing the draft budget for the 25 fiscal year. I will email you all reminders. I will email you the information packet. But to any of the commissioners interested beyond just Finance Committee, please come and join us. It'll be from 10 until 1 on the 13th in this room. And if for some reason we've got contractor issues, we may have to pivot to a different room in the building. Thank you for the reminder. We also have BC Bit today, 12:30 in Ken Wenzel.
If you come for the budget meeting next Wednesday, that is a per diem event. So you'd want to put that on your per diem sheet, regardless of whether you're on finance or not.
Right.
General public comments. Gentlemen. We have someone new.
Pelter Hager. He said something about that building. You want some input from the public. Unfortunately, I am the only one here from the public. Now, how are you going to get that information to the people out there? You know, if you come out with your monthly newsletter like everybody else does, put something in there, maybe an address or something. But I suggest you hire somebody to write that thing. Hire a secretary. And that's their main job. Now, you take a look at St. Joe Township, Lincoln Township, all those other ones, even the cities. You know, they come out with a monthly newsletter, whatever you want to call it. You guys don't eat nothing. That's why nobody's here. You're meeting in secret. No, you look at this. There's a kindergarten room. I told you about that last time. So it's an insult. I don't know why you guys put up with that. You know, I got trouble hearing some of you down there. You're talking to your neighbor there. See, when you're talking to your neighbor, you don't say it real loud since the person sitting back there to hear it, even though we got this fancy system here for speakers. Another thing I want to say about this, what they're doing over here, putting the windows in. You know, I drive by here and I'm looking up there, the outside of the window is black. You know, what's going on? You know, this is nice and yellow here. When you drive by there and I look at it real close, it's a dark brown. But if you drive down here, I cannot believe it. Who the hell picked out that color? No, you hire somebody and then they just throw this stuff. They got this stuff hanging around until they get rid of it. Well, like they're doing something on the inside. You know, let people that sit there have a say, or when they're painting here or painting here, ask the people that use this room.
2 minutes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Pelzer. Does anyone else wish to be heard? Okay, we'll close general public comments and we'll go to other business. Does anyone have any? Last week or the week before, I had texted Julie, I think, about jail committee. And I think, still need to formalize the appointments. Julie, I know, wishes to be serving on there. I think that's a chair appointment. So Julie, you're appointed as of today, if you so wish. Okay, and then do we need to reappoint or reaffirm or confirm who's on the jail committee? Because we can. Jim, I know you're on it.
Oh, I am.
I thought you were.
Maybe we need to know.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on, Julie.
Originally, you had mentioned somebody from each
Right.
so I.
Okay. Okay, well, then you're not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay. Bob, so Julie, Bob, and who's gonna be on for finance?
Oh, have we space?
Sure.
That's right. You're not doing anything.
It's
So,
the Ray versus Mamie.
John, do you want to do it or okay, Ray? Okay, all right. So Julie, Ray, and Bob, which is a folk singing group from the sixties, and they're getting back together. So, okay.
That's good.
Okay, so can you show that in our minutes, Madam Clerk? Okay, that's as of right now. You all are appointed. Anybody have anything? We have announcements and reminders. We're closed Monday for Veterans Day. We're closed Thanksgiving Day and the day after Thanksgiving.
Monday's a holiday.
So, yeah, because nobody'd want to come in anyway.
That's why.
So, I think that's it. You have anything?
No, sir.
Okay, we're adjourned to next Thursday. Thank you.